for their family-owned movie theaters when he was young. This experience taught Charlie Rufino not only to dream big, but to also make his fantasy into reality. Good afternoon, Charlie. Thank you for being here at the show called Self-Made. We really wanted to hear your story. Can you please share us your childhood?
Thanks, Rebecca. Well, my childhood, I came from a family where we owned a string of movie houses. So my first job was to inspect the movie houses, my summer job. So I'd go around, check the bathrooms, check the theater. Then I go and eat the hamburger in Butika Boy at that time, the best hamburger in the school. The hard part was the afternoon. Then they says, okay, now you have to sort out the tickets, yung mga complimentary tickets. So that's harder work for us, but we got paid, free show money. So I was quite happy to do that. But at the end of the day, the family would very much want everybody to be involved. So I got into real estate because everybody was busy. So when they decided to do something in Makati, I was still studying. They already sent me already to look at property, to make studies, etc. So I was very happy to have hands-on experience from my father. He was the builder in the group. He brings me to the hardware store. Of course, I was very bored in the hardware store. I'd rather play golf or go to the movies. But he would, bargain all the time. Buy this sink here for this price. But at the end of the day, I'm doing the same thing to my own kids now. They have to go with me for every project. And hopefully some of that they like. If they don't like it, they can do something else. But trying to get somebody to follow my footsteps. Luckily, two of my kids are following my footsteps.
Were your parents were tough parents?
No, they made me earn everything. In other words, I was there. They didn't make, they said, okay, your education, we have to pay for it, all right? But at the end of the day, if you want anything special, then you have to work for it.
During those times, what do you really want to be?
Well, at that time, I love cars, so what I wanted to do was drive nice cars. But then, of course, my father said, if you like cars, then you have to buy it. You better earn some money and do that. So I used to buy a car, then I'll fix it up, then I'll sell it to somebody who likes that car, maybe buy something else a little bit more expensive, as they call trading up, no? So that was my something that got me up in the morning. I look forward to that.
Are you considered a very competitive kid?
Yeah, very. I suppose when you're young, you're always very competitive, but sometimes you have to temper it with long-term wisdom. I got a lot of that from my sister Marixie. She's very much got a very long-term vision. So sometimes when you're too competitive, you don't get the deal done. So sometimes leave some marbles in the table because it has to be win-win.
So during that time, who really inspired you?
Well, my father was really a great person to inspire me. He was very well respected in this industry, and he always said to all the entire family, your name is the most important thing. So don't ever affect that thing.
Yeah. Did your father ever see your success?
No, that's my big regret because I was just starting. He passed away when I was about 22. So I was very young. I was just starting.
So what's the best message that you learned from your father that you can be proud of? Yeah.
Well, he always tell me something. Charlie says, you can expect so much from something, but unless you go there and know for yourself it's happening. If you don't inspect, don't expect that it will not happen. Don't expect that it will happen the way you want if you don't inspect yourself. So I was saying, even to my son, I said, it's not what you expect, it's what you inspect that happens.
So how you connect with children right now? Because during our parents' time and now, totally different.
Yes.
So how you work with them?
I think with children, one thing is to tell them what to do. One thing is to live your life by example. So it's what they see naman that they follow. It's not what they hear. They observe, and they will be what they observe you doing rather than what you're telling them what to do. So by example, as they say.
It's been our vision to make Philippines first world. What's the chance for Philippines?
I think we're into a fantastic cycle now. We're getting to where we're very confident of ourselves. When we travel abroad and we say we're from the Philippines, it's not like before. They look at you and say, "Oh, you're from the Philippines." They know all the problems. But I think now we can stand proud. High growth, great story. We're so different from the other countries in the sense that we're the best story now in terms of investment.
Everything changed in Philippines.
Yeah, well,
So what are the things that we should keep as Filipinos that
Right.
we shouldn't change?
But I think that the respect, because I go abroad and little things like they don't even pull the chair for somebody who's older or a parent or what, you know. You don't even open the door for somebody, you know. There's for them it's like you're just like anybody else. But here we have that thing, you know. You raised me, you paid for my education. I owe you something.
If there's something that you want to really leave us for a legacy, what is it?
And I suppose for me, the family name and harmony, we want that through the generations. You know, you can talk about doing so many things, but if you don't have harmony, it's not gonna happen.
So what's your best advice to the parents for them to really build that relationship for their children also? Because that's one thing that's really missing now.
And I think you have to do what you say, right? You cannot tell your kids one thing and do something else because they'll see the disconnect. So I think you have to lead by example.
And how about the children? What's your best advice for children for them to work also with their parents?
Well, I think you just have to tell them, you know, you have to earn things on your own accord. Then you know your true value. If things are given to you, you take it very lightly, and you won't be a success. Because it's really when you dig deep into yourself and come out with something and make good, you go from that success to the next success. So it's very good. The confidence is so important for the young ones.
To be the best individual, what's your best advice?
Don't accept mediocrity. You know, you really have to get better, try to improve, stretch the envelope. You get out of your comfort zone, go to the next. Then you'll be surprised. After that, you can go further and further, and stretch yourself. At the end of the day, to make life really worth it for you, you have to do the thing that you love to do best. And then and if you do it, if you love what you're doing, you're always doing it day in and day out, and you're happy, and the people around you are happy.
That's so true. Thank you,
Okay,
Charlie.
Rebecca,
Every success has its struggles. Every dream has its trials and tests. Listen to their stories, because if they did it, you can also be called self-made.